they do both want to practice polygyny. And again, that is their
You want to
father's
answer the
area
first
of
one?
expertise.
Oh yes, I would actually want for him to practice polygyny.
Yeah,
That's good for myself. I understand that it's not good for some other people, but for me, I would like that. In my future husband's job.
We got a lot of kids. So yes, that's something that the man has to, like, I didn't tell Coach Nadir how to do his schedule,
Right.
but we did figure out, and he led the way on what was the best thing to kind of do for everybody involved, because he's got everybody's side. I
Right.
don't have everybody, I don't have all the information. He's the one person in the entire family, and this is a tribe of 12, that has all the information. Pretty much, for both
Right.
wives, medical, financial, whatever the case may be, whatever's happening in both respective homes. Okay, good question. Now, um, I'm gonna just check again and IG. You can keep them coming. We'll be here. I don't know when we be here.
Like 10 minutes.
Like 10 minutes
20,
tops.
20, 10, 20.
It's probably
10,
more than
20.
that.
Yeah.
Instagram is, you're still with us. Thank you for that question. That is a good one. I just can't answer it because I'm a wife in polygyny, so I know of the world of men through our husband, Coach Nazir. Not our husband; these my daughters. For those of you that kind of came into the chat later, they're like, "Wait a minute, he got a
Right.
couple more."
Pause.
No, there are daughters, little Fatima and Rakaya. It's my second oldest daughter, my youngest daughter, and then I have oldest daughter, the third daughter. So
Yeah.
yes, shout out to them. Love them so much. Not y'all, I love y'all too.
That's unfortunate.
What is the gang?
Right.
What do they say? Gang.
Mm.
Anyway, yes, you do need boundaries. You need boundaries. I'm gonna put this up there. You need boundaries. And this is part of why we, especially women, feel insecure with our own bodies, because we let society tell us what it should be versus what it really is. That's true. That's true. It's what we say to ourselves, about our marriage, about our relationship, about our children, how they experience us, and how they've experienced polygyny. It's really good to talk to our children about that. One thing that I love that Coach Nadir did, and I would I've passed this on to more than a few people, especially within my trainings. One thing he did for our daughters is he talked to them without me there. And I think it's good to do that, because then it builds um, this bond between the father and his children,
Mm.
and there's not interference. There's not interjecting, there's not interference, there's not interruptions. They can talk privately and openly. And I think that's a healthy thing to do. I know I talked to my father about Coach Nadir practicing polygyny. And he was like, "Yeah, that's all right and everything, but I'm concerned about you."
Well.
He gonna do whatever it is he does. And I can imagine how that conversation would have went if Coach Nazir had been in the
Mhm.
room with us.
Right.
It would have been peaceful, because my father, who has since passed away, he got it. He was one of those guys that had the ability to love more than one woman at
Right.
Oh
a
yeah.
time, but not in a lawful way. But he understood it. But I think that was one of the biggest things that he did, and I would really like to say and share that more men need to possibly do that with their children, especially as they get older, so they can have a conversation. Mom doesn't need to be there. I trust my husband enough to know that he's going to say whatever he needs to say. He's going to listen to whatever he needs to listen to, evaluate it, and they're going to hammer it out, talk about it. And I don't need to go, "Yeah, but you forget." No, but you said. I don't need to be over his shoulder watching him do that. I'd rather not. I didn't come this far raising littles to get to stay in it.
Right.
I don't want to, they're grown. Our daughters are grown. And if there are any inquiries, direct them toward Coach Nazir, because there
Yes.
have been some.
That's
Not
unfortunate.
moi, not here, not now, not ever. That's their father, and
Like
that's
that,
his
right?
job, and he is absolutely equipped to do it. So, you guys are beautiful.
Oh, we
Thank you
know.
so much.
Sis.
Thank you so much.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much for your kind words. We joke, Fatima.
Yes.
But we joke. But
I can
thank
check
you so
Instagram
much.
again.
Rokaya is going to check Instagram. She's not leaving us, not
She is
just
still
yet.
here.
She's
Let's
still
by the
here.
camera.
She has not dipped it yet. Let's see. So, let's see. Let's put this one on the screen. Like, Islam. Keep up the good work. Just want to say, all you guys should do a tour around the UK. We'll open a lot of doors for people and others to come out and take a second wife. I agree
Sure.
with that. You know, once we open up these platforms and have these conversations, it's important, because the more we have the conversation, the more it's less awkward for us and we feel
Mhm.
safe among each other. And speaking of being safe among each other, make sure you guys are visiting us at oprcommunity.com. That's a private community that we have of like-minded people. Yes, I said like-minded people,
Mhm.
because then you don't have to explain a ton. But if you want some information and you just really want to know and you're very serious, go join our private community where you can either direct message us and we can have these conversations. There's a King's Corner, Queen's Corner, open discussion areas, and everything like that. We have a question from IG.
Lala Abdullah said, y'all are so the bomb.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
nice.
Here 80808. She said 100% resonating with the messages here. I'm the fourth co-wife, alhamdulillah, and our family unit is amazing.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much. We really appreciated the compliments, and I believe that, you know, they're not just for us, they're for our whole family.
Yep.
For our whole family. We're here representing our family, y'all.
Yes.
Somebody give salams to Coach Nyla.
Oh, salams to Coach Nadir. I think I love it. Okay. Question. Okay. Are they open to having a husband that practices? They did address that earlier on in the live. They do both want to practice polygyny. And again, that is their father's
answer,
area of
Fatima?
expertise.
Oh yes, I would actually want for him to practice polygyny.
Yeah,
That's good for myself, and understand that it's not good for some people, but for me, I would like that. In my future husband, inshallah.
Yeah, and it's everybody's not going to practice polygyny, and we're
Mhm.
not saying that. We respect both forms of marriage, monogamy and polygyny.
Yes.
Right.
We're pro morals. OPR is pro morals, whether you're monogamy or polygyny. It's beneficial knowledge here across the board. Even if you don't practice polygyny or you're not married or whatever the case may be, the information is good to study anyway, because you never know. You could help someone else. You could direct somebody else over to us and we could help them, because we didn't have anything. We didn't have OPR. We
No.
didn't have a supportive community.
Did not
We
exist.
just had,
for real.
you know, we had the rules within Islam, yes, and the best practices in Islam, yes, because we're practicing Muslims. However, to go throughout society and deal with that drama and then deal with your own emotions and things of that nature, we didn't have those. We didn't have courses. We didn't have anywhere to go. There was one blog, and it was really quiet. That
Yeah,
blog.
polygamy in Islam book.
Yeah, and we had the polygamy in Islam book, the little
Yep.
blue book that everybody was afraid of. We had that, but again, it wasn't. Polygamy was not talked about. It was super duper taboo to even bring it up. It was like, you brought polygyny up, it was shots fired.
Right.
Yeah.
And now, because society has shifted in many ways, and especially in a lot of immoral ways, and just turn the TV on and you'll see that polygyny has kind of gotten rolled up into that, and it doesn't get its fair airplay. So we want to make sure that we're that voice in for many. So
Yep.
subsequent wives, initial wives, and husbands. Don't worry about being late, guys. That's all right. We're gonna keep the conversation going. My daughter's Rokaya is gonna check Instagram once again. And I'm gonna make sure that I put up here, if you guys are interested in coaching and counseling, check out Coach Nyla at coachnyla.com. and myself, Coach Fatimah, at coachfatimah.com for details. A lot of you asked about one-on-one coaching, counseling. We do offer that. So make sure you visit us at our respective websites for details. And our OPR community at oprcommunity.com. So I just actually let you guys know about that not long ago. So I want to make sure I put that at the bottom of the screen for you as well. We're going to wrap up this particular live. I enjoyed having my daughters here, but they can live with me and see them every day.
Yes.
Right.
But this is a whole nother thing. I'm really glad that they're here with me. And if IG, you don't have any more questions, again, we're going to wrap things up. But before we do, we're going to make sure that you guys check out, and then we have our polygyny masterclass at polygynymasterclass.com for details on that as well. That is an incredible training. You're going to make sure you have something to write with and write on. Make sure you visit polygynymasterclass.com for details on that. But for right now, check out our polygamy boot camp at polygamybootcamp.com, and we have our ebook.
Yep.
We have our ebook at polygamyroadmap.com for details on that. People are loving it so much, and it again, if you're new, you can't miss out on any of these things because it just gives you so much more information. So it's great to go on YouTube. It's great to be within our lives. You will get some information, but nothing like those deep trainings. And you'll have downloadable worksheets, audio, and everything. You get to see each coach train on how to do polygyny in the best way for best results, for long-term results, not short-term, So yes. All right, guys, I'm going to be wrapping up this this live. I'm gonna check one more comment. Okay, this is the last question from YouTube. Okay, sorry, late question. Do you think it's okay for people to practice that are not religious? People do it.
Yeah.
People do it. Again, we're practicing Muslims, so we practice within Islam, and that is the best for us. It's the best for many people. There's so many people that are not religious. There's so many people that are not Muslim, that are not Christian, that are non-denominational, that are practicing polygamy. For us, again, we're pro morals, we're pro marriage, and that is what works. There's so much accountability, and there's such a framework to go by, and there's so much guidance that I can't see myself doing that. But again, people do it. It's just maybe not as easy, and it's not super easy even within our culture. However, it's not an impossibility. And we just want to make sure that we're spreading the right information. So people do practice polygyny outside of religion. That some of them contact us. Some of them contact us. So, there's that. If you do want to know more information, again, check out all of our YouTube channel. Watch everybody's videos, because I know sometimes people split it off into teams and I go, I didn't feel comfortable watching Coach Nyla's video because I'm an initial wife. Nope. I'm an initial wife. I'm an initial wife, and I watch Coach Nyla's videos. You can learn something from everyone. It is beneficial to learn the world of subsequent wives if you're an initial wife, because then you'll get some understanding and some information. And maybe for some that don't have that compassion or that understanding, you'll find it within her videos, because she's very open and honest about her experience. And I think we need to listen to each other more. And then maybe this won't be as difficult for some when it feels like you just, I can't do it. Sometimes we don't have the other side of the story. Coach Nyla and I sat down, and we had so many things in common. It wasn't even funny. But then we also had some things that weren't relatable among each other. But then with that, I was like, oh, now I get it now, because I was able to sit down and listen to a side that was not just my own. So yes, let's listen to people and get some understanding from them. I don't think you guys have any more questions, but thank you all for joining us for this live. I'm going to see if my daughters have any advice or parting words for people that are in polygyny, or the husband wants to practice polygyny, or for the children maybe.
Got any advice?
You got any
I'd say
advice?
for me, just this little quick thing. Expect sometimes for people to have a difference of opinion and to respect that. Because sometimes it could be one-sided how you feel about a sibling or about a co-wife. Like, oh, to me, she's another mother figure, but another sibling let me like, nah, that's not, she's not that way for me. Or they'd be like, oh, like they're my bone siblings to me. Then the other side's like, no, I don't really feel the way it kind of like step siblings. I don't really talk to them. So just respect those differences and be open-minded with it all in general, because it'll make it much easier for you and your family and especially your father and your
Shout out to you.
Practicing polygyny. So yes, I say just be open-minded with the differences and just accept them, because we're not all the same. We're all very different.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's kind of just paying off of my younger sister's advice is to really be patient with the process, because everything's not going to be perfect. They always say, I don't remember what year y'all are on in practicing polygyny. I lost count. But don't compare what your year 1 looks like to their year 12 to their year 12. Okay.
13.
So be patient, be open-minded, and as a child in polygyny, don't burden yourself so much. You know, your parents are there to help you, and if you need help, just say that. So, you know, people always not always, but they kind of kick the kids to the curb when they talk about polygyny. It's just, it's just the husband and the 2 wives, or the 3 or the 4 wives.
They just tell you to cope.
Yeah, they just tell the kids to cope. Like, what does it have to do with you? It has a lot to do with the children too. So
yes, don't have feelings, please.
Yeah, and also, but for the mothers of children who
don't train,
whose husband is practicing polygyny, don't put your main focus only on your husband. You still have children too. You still have other responsibilities. You still have to be there for them as well. So don't just throw your life away. No matter how hard it is, don't throw your life away, because you do have children with your husband. So just keep that in mind. Just friendly reminder.
And that's on what? Period. Okay, guys. Do you guys want to try to do the GLC thing? No?
Yeah, sure.
You and Fatima can do that.
Yeah.
I'll just get up
we're
and
going to
leave.
close out the video.
We're going to close out this live. Thank you all again for spending time with us. We had a good time. Shout out to our family who's, looking around. I know y'all here. We love them very deeply. And we're going to end this live with them, rock out with some GLC. Make sure you guys are following us. See, I almost missed y'all. No, follow us on our social medias. We're Outstanding Personal Relationships on Facebook and YouTube, and on IG over there. We're Outstanding Relationships, because the ladder was too long. Yep. Okay. Rocking out with some GLC. Make sure you are growing intentionally,
loving fearlessly,
and connecting on a higher level every single day.
Hey.
Assalamualaikum. Peace.
Assalamualaikum. Peace. He's my husband.
He's my husband.
He was my husband first.
Well, he's mine now.
He's both our husbands.
He is, you're right. Okay, so I know you guys think that this is what polygyny is supposed to look like between co-wives. And we're here to let you know that that's not what it is.
What it is. And that's not how it works.
We're going to go and talk to these women about what it's really supposed to be.
Okay, guys.
So I'm Coach Nyla.
And I'm Coach Fatimah.
And we are co-wives, and we're married to that man, Coach Nazir, that just left out of here.
Yes.
So, yes. And the way you've seen it, usually that's what people think polygyny is, and how co-wives should behave and react when they're married to the same man.
But is that the best way? Is that the most effective way? No, not if you want long-term success in polygyny.
And we created a wonderful roadmap to help you through polygamy with different requisites, as well as
vulnerability, value. We discuss value, placing value on your marriage, how to be vulnerable within your marriage, because it's actually a superpower. We speak about that in our polygamy roadmap. We also discuss vision. What is your long-term vision, again, for success in polygyny? And ultimately, victory.
Victory. How to win as a family.
Yes.
How to win with your co-wife.
Yes.
How to win overall in your marriage in polygamy. So yes, make sure you get the polygamy roadmap today at polygamy.roadmap.com. Because you don't want your relationship, your marriage, your family to look like the beginning of this video.
Right. Because that's not the best practices for best results, guys.
So make sure you are growing intentionally,
loving fearlessly,
and connecting on a higher level every single day. Click the link, get the roadmap. We'll see you then. Assalamu alaikum.
Peace.